For this batch of high-carb, low-fat chocolate bits, I used 6 dates and about 1 tablespoon of cacao powder. You can definitely multiply the recipe to make more. The key to this recipe is to pulse the food processor and don't just let it run. If you let it run, it's very easy to end up with a giant ball of chocolate dough instead of little bits. I purposely did not speed up this part of the video because I wanted you to see how many times I pulsed it and how long it took and what it looked like whenever I would take the lid off and check on it. I definitely suggest that you check on it very often because it can go from crumbles to a ball really fast. How long it takes will depend on your food processor and what type of dates you're using and how moist they are. The drier the dates, the better for this recipe. And you can see a few times there I would let the food processor run for a few seconds. That's just me being impatient. I really would not suggest that you do that. In a couple other batches I tried, I ended up with a giant ball of dough when I did that. So pulse, pulse, pulse. Timing is everything with this process. You want to stop at the point right before it clumps together when the pieces are really small. But if you have to, err on the side of larger pieces. Now I'm just transferring the bits to any container. I'm using the container the dates came in. And you can see they already look like tasty little bits, but if you freeze them overnight, they get a lot firmer and they are a lot easier to work with, especially if you're baking with them. If you take them out of the freezer, they will soften pretty quick, so if you want to keep that firm texture, then I suggest storing them in the freezer. My favorite thing to use them for is a topping for ice cream or oatmeal or whatever. As always, the full recipe can be found at feastingonfruit.com. And I have some yummy baking plans in mind for these little bits that will be on the blog soon too. Thanks for watching!